Yes, thanks for staying with us on the Sports Show. Well, Poppy, time to turn our attention.
Yep.
Sunday, big game, Norwood Oval, gates open at 11, 1 o'clock. The Little Heroes Foundation have jumped into bed.
They have.
With Mark Micken, Graham Corns coaching one team.
Jumped into bed with Mark Micken and Graham Corns.
Mark Micken and Graham Corns, not the ideal people to jump in.
I could think of better people to jump in bed with.
Well, we won't go there. The All-Stars, up against the SNFL legends. One of the coaches joins us. Mark, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Robbie.
Which team are you coaching?
The SNFL team, which we've yet to train, of course.
You've still got a bit of time. I mean, there's still 24 hours before Sunday's game.
Mate, it is for a great cause. Little Heroes Foundation, of course, that Chris McDermott and Tony McGuinness originally started. That's now, sort of under the McDermott umbrella, I guess. So how did you get involved in it?
Well, once it was announced that I was living with Parkinson's disease, Chris called me actually and just said, "Is there anything I can do?" And one of the things I did was introduce him to Olivia from Parkinson's SA. She's the CEO of Parkinson's SA, and from there grew the concept that Chris was going to make a bit of the game about Parkinson's. So there'll be a bit of a Parkinson's flavour to it this week on Sunday, and be a bit of airtime given to creating a bit more awareness and the potential to raise a few more funds for Parkinson's. So as a result of that, Chris appointed me as a coach along with Rowie of the SNFL side.
So you've got to go up against Cornsey, of course, who you played under when you played with the Crows. And, mate, I don't want to make light of it, but you played with Chris McDermott, and he's had to wait for you to get an illness to ask you to coach. Is there some irony in that?
I don't know whether he's really waiting a long time for me to coach him, for that was really high on his agenda, but the opportunity came, and he was very, very generous with his time, and he's got a very kind heart, Chris, and sees the opportunity to create some awareness for the condition, because it's one of those things that doesn't have a cure, and they don't know the cause. So just by creating a bit more awareness, people become to know a little bit more about it, and possibly we can raise some funds.
I think it's a really feel-good weekend too. There's no question about that, and there's a good vibe happening in this state right at the moment with Port Adelaide and the Crows very active come business end. The very fact we've got a bye in the AFL might just fall into the hands of this Sunday's game. Whether fingers crossed, should be okay. What I love about the game is not only the support it gets, but the players who enthusiastically participate as well. I think that's great.
Yeah, no, I do too. It's great that they give their time. It probably won't be a game that goes that fast in terms of ball speed or leg speed, but it'll be entertaining. It's guaranteed to be entertaining, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get close to 10,000 people there.
It'd be great if they do. Finesse Built sponsoring the day.
Yes.
I don't think there'll be much finesse in it either.
No.
But they're sponsoring the day. I mean, Tony Modra's playing. There's Mark Rasciuto, Daniel Motlop.
Wow.
So when you talk some of the big names that have been through South Australian footy, now of course the coaching side of it, you mentioned haven't had a chance to train. Of course, we're Friday night, the game's Sunday.
But make no mistake, I can tell you right now, there'll be a dozen or 18 players that'll be out there doing some hard work. They don't want to go out in public, and you know what it's like, Robbers. You want to perform. You're playing in front of 10,000 people.
No doubt. They'll be having a go. They might pull a hamstring or two along the way, but they'll be having a go.
Now, you need to know, Cornsey, of course, this is his fourth attempt at surviving. He's been sacked 3 times from his job in coaching. So you're feeling any pressure at all on how you need to perform as coach in this game?
Well, I've just been sacked as well. So,
but from a different organisation though, mate.
We've got something in common. I know, speaking to Cornsey, and he does feel under a lot of pressure at the moment, so he's really asking his players for a big effort, and I'm not sure that they're up to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever he asks, they're just going to totally ignore it. But, when we probably touched on it, I mean, like all athletes, there's a fun component to it. Then there always seems to be a moment when it gets serious, and there's that stretch for maybe 10 or 15 minutes where it gets highly competitive.
We plan to have a good start, and so that, some of these games you find that by three-quarter time, well, after three-quarter time, get serious, but they'll have to get serious after quarter time because we intend to be a long way in front at that stage.
Tactics already in there, Paul.
Yeah, look, I think so. And I think when you get players like Guy Sebastian and Leighton Hewitt that take control late in the game, you know why. Because they're actually quite fit and the good players have done their best already.
Yeah, we do a fitness test, and those that can run under 10 minutes for 3 Ks are not invited.
That's right.
Hey, mate, just quickly, your time, when you talk about time trials with the Westies boys, what would be the fastest kid in the time trial in your time at Westies?
You mean over 3Ks?
Yep, over 3Ks.
We actually did a 3 1Ks.
Yep.
And in our guns they average around about just on 3 minutes per K. With about a 3 minute break or 4 minute break in between.
Okay.
Okay, you'd suggest some of the players playing in the slowdown or the All-Stars might get time by calendar as opposed to time,
Yeah, I reckon.
as in days and weeks?
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit more appropriate to do it that way, yeah.
Yeah, all right. The slowdown this Sunday. Make sure you get down there. The gate's open at 11. The game's at 1 o'clock. It's at Nord Oval. It is for a great cause. Little Heroes Foundation. Some of the benefits going to Parkinson's as well. Stay with us. Still plenty to come on the show.